Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mixer as we continue our Hashtag United series in Football Manager 2019. Things are going very, very well. We have only played one game since the last episode, but we got through a 1-0 win. Lee Hurst with an early goal set us on our way. We could have had 5 or 6 more goals in this game had we taken our chances. It just didn't work out that way. Harry Honesty picked up a knock. Ryan Adams picked up a knock. We are just cursed with injuries in the second half of this season, which is absolutely crazy. But there is exciting things happening around the world of football, in the game world at least. I've signed a new deal to take us through to the end of next season, which is great to get that one done early. Harry Honesty, once he gets back from his injury, should still have 2 or 3 games. If he can get 2 more assists, he'll break the league record for assists in a season, which is absolutely fantastic given he's also scored 18 goals. Beasley, if we get 1 more clean sheet this season, will set a new record for Hashtag United and the amount of clean sheets in a season. He's currently level with Andy Cade-Watts on 18, and dare I say it, we should be able to get that one done. We're a couple of weeks away from most of the youth contracts expiring at a lot of the different teams around the place. If you remember back last year, we did that proximity map to teams close by to Hashtag United. The likes of Tottenham, Arsenal, West Ham, Charlton, QPR, Chelsea, Fulham, Brentford, Watford were up there as well. We've gone through and looked at all the 17 and 18-year-old players whose contracts expire at the end of this season. We're currently getting scout reports on each and every one of them to see who we might want to target, who will actually want to come to the club, and who we can develop further and then hopefully sell on to make ourselves a little bit of cash. It is expected that we will get promoted this season and we'll need some better players to round out our squad a lot more. So why not try and get juniors that already live within the area and have played at high-level academies to come in and do well for us as a bit of a pit stop to a bigger club or something like that. So that is the off-season plan, but we'll go through that then. As is always tradition now, we are going to offer a 4-week trial to Adebayo Akinfenwa. We're going to get him. It's going to happen. We've been trying all year, and April 2020 might be the year that he joins Hashtag. Sadly, we have lost another member of our staff. Jamie Jackson has moved to Faversham Town as their manager. It's hard not to be upset with him. He was a great goalkeeping coach for us for a good few seasons. We will try and get him back. His contract is up in a couple of weeks, as is Jack Harrison's. If they don't sign new contracts, we're going to bring him straight back in. But it does mean we must be doing something right in terms of player development, that these players are being offered manager roles at other clubs around our level. There's been a couple of different people that have asked for a look at other divisions and how they're doing. So we'll just have a quick look at the leagues in focus now. Second season in, it looks like Arsenal are on track to win the title, though it will come down to the last 3 games between Manchester United, Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal. Arsenal in the driver's seat at the moment. Chelsea and Tottenham will also play Europa League football at the very least, but Chelsea are a fair bit behind the others in that respect. But super tight. Top 5 teams only separated by 7 points with 3 games remaining. In the Championship, Huddersfield have dropped back down after last season and immediately gone back up as champions. Shout out to Aaron Moy wherever he is and whatever he's doing. Looks like Norwich will go up with them. In League One, Aston Villa were actually relegated from the Championship last season, but they have turned around and smashed through League One this season. 97 points, already guaranteed as champions. Portsmouth were neck and neck with them for the longest time, but over the last 5 games or so, they've dropped off entirely. Doncaster are currently leading League 2, with Bury and Northampton also in promotion spots. Aldershot, Salford and Harrogate are all going toe-to-toe for the National League title. Salford were running away with it for a bit there, and they've been dragged back into it by Aldershot late on. Vanarama National League South, which is where we should expect to go eventually, being in the southern half of England. Maidstone were relegated last season. Look like they're going to bounce straight back up into the National League. Currently level on points with Woking, though. That one will go down to the wire, but a bit of distance between those 2 teams and the rest of them down in 3rd and 4th. So you'd expect both will go through either via the playoffs or promoted directly as champions. 2 divisions above us, the Bostik Premier League. Worthing are currently top, but Lewes, who play at a stadium called the Dripping Pan, which is an amazing name for a stadium, are currently going toe-to-toe for that one. 2 games remaining in their season. And in Division 1, the league we expect to be promoted into next year, Hastings United currently leading Hayes and Yedding by 4 points with only a couple of games left to play. From our perspective, I think we've got 5 games left, a 36-game season. We're currently ahead by 5 points, albeit haven't played a game less than Stowmarket. We just need to keep the course here, keep going through our games, getting our wins, getting revenge on Histon today, getting past our bogey team, Thetford Town. And if we do that, it's a massive step towards guaranteeing ourselves back-to-back promotions and back-to-back league championships. But enough from me, let's jump straight into the Histon game now. Alright, looking at our lineup here, Beasley in goal, on track to break the clean sheet record for a season. Humphrey at left back, Sarpong at right back, Evans and Singano in central defence, Hersett and Pollock will anchor midfield, Shashua in at the 10, Theo Baker will play on the left wing, Harry Onsey might be right for the next game, maybe, depending on how his recovery goes, Charlie Morley on the right, and the captain, Big Tashan Richmond up top. Looking at the 4-4-2 Histon will play, Turton in goal, Jack Harrison, their captain at left back, he's the man that tore us apart last time we played. Steele at right back, Rumans and Gray as their central defensive partnership. Simper looks like their star so far this season, will play with Foley in central midfield. English on the left wing, Lewington on the right, Harris and their leading scorer Bennett up top. Alright, I rarely use this one, I'm going to say I expect nothing but a win from this match. They beat us 3-0, they ended our undefeated season and a half really in league football with that 3-0 defeat. And like, we were not unlucky in that game. It was just a weird game. It was never truly a 3-0 scoreline, but I'd love to get revenge against them today. I'd like to get out of the two divisions, knowing that we've beaten everybody within the previous two divisions, so that there's no like unfinished business that we have. We can leave, we can go up into the Evo Stick divisions and start, beating some of the teams, creating new rivalries at that level of football. We've got to throw in here, Sarpong to take, forward to Shashua. To Morley now, plays to Hersett. We've got a 5-man on the right-hand side. We just need to retain possession out here. Shashua steps inside instead. Pollock plays it out wide now to Sarpong. Can he get the ball across? Towards Tashan Richmond, brings it down very well, lays it off to Charlie Morley, his 15th goal of the season. Lovely hold-up play there from Tashan Richmond and good patient approach play from everybody. 9 minutes in, we go a goal up. We're well and truly on our way to revenge here. Lovely ball in here from Sarpong. And great hold-up play there from Tashan Richmond. Just lays it off, and Charlie Morley, on his not favoured left foot, strikes low and hard across the keeper. Here we go, Morley with a free kick from about 25 yards out. It's not a bad strike, just didn't come back enough. Dare say the power on it would have gotten it past the keeper had it been on target. Long ball forward now from Turton. Hersett with a lovely header. English will tidy up for Histon. Good win back there from Charlie Morley, but Foley picks it up and switches it out to Lewington on the right. Hersett again with a fantastic challenge. That's really good pressing from the boys. Bacon out, comes forward, just needs to slow up and bring others into the game. He does that now through Humphrey. Square to Hersett. Back to Humphrey again. Shashua plays a nice triangle to Pollock. It's come back out to Tashan Richmond at the top of the box. He gets his strike away. 17th goal of the season for Big Tashan up top. He has been absolutely fantastic. That's a wonderful strike. It looked like he curled it around the defender. Might have left the goalkeeper unsighted a little bit. This angle is going to look awesome for it. It's a good ball forward from Pollock. Steele with the header away. And Richmond, he just curls it around the defender. Was pretty close to the bottom corner. The keeper did okay. Maybe could have done a little bit better. But still, I'm going to take it as a goal. And he scored some absolutely fantastic strikes for us, Tashan Richmond, over the last 18 months. Corner now from Morley. Deep one towards Tashan Richmond. And I think that hit the post and then bounced back to Turton in the Histon goal. We're all over them so far in the opening 20 minutes. 6 shots, 4 on target, 58% possession. They're yet to do anything really in their final third at all. Alright, and the referee takes us through to half-time. A decent half, 10 shots, 5 on target, 49% of the ball. Tashan Richmond well and truly on top of the Histon defence at this stage. Calmly, very happy with the way things are going, lads. Keep it up. No need to complicate anything further than that. Let's get stuck straight into the second half here. I'd love to turn the screws and get another couple more goals, but I'd take a 2-0 victory if it was offered to me before the game. And I just want to get through this without anybody picking up any further injuries. We just keep accruing injuries at such a critical point of the season. But we'll give 15 more minutes and then we'll see what subs we can bring on to keep everyone fresh and healthy. Throwing now to Histon. Harrison will take on the left. Sarpong committed and didn't win the ball. English now plays inside to Foley, who someone needs to step out to him. Long ball in behind for Lewington. Is he going to try and get the cross back in? It's towards Bennett now, and it's a good goal to be fair. 22nd goal of the season for Sam Bennett. Assist from Brandon Lewington. Good play. You think they'd be more eager to get the ball and get back out there. 22 goals in a season for a team that is hovering around the relegation spots is a phenomenal return from Bennett. It's a good ball. He just gets in between the two defenders, and maybe Beasley could have done better. He won't be breaking that clean sheet record today, unfortunately. Alright, we're through an hour now, so we'll make a couple of our subs. Emiliano Gara will come on for Scott Pollock and continue his development a little bit further. We'll bring on Ramsden for Shashua, and we'll take off Theo Baker for Ryan Adams. It'll see Charlie Morley switch out to the left wing, cutting in, hopefully on his favoured right foot, and getting some decent balls into the box for Tashan Richmond to add to his tally. Alright, throw in here for Harrison on the left-hand side. We're playing with the high press here. It's gone back to Turton, who nearly lets that one cross the line into the goal. Long ball forward towards Bennett. Good header won by Evans. Richmond plays it back to Hersett. to Ramsden now. Good switch out to Sarpong, and what was that highlight? I have no idea what happened in that. Alright, 2 minutes to be added on by the referee. This has been a pretty dour second half, if I'm being entirely honest. 18 shots, 12 on target, 56% possession. 30 seconds remaining here. I dare say this is just going to be the referee blowing for full time. But Lewington comes forward, finds English is on his own on the right, and they've gotten an equaliser late in the game. Evans puts it into his own net. Did it deflect off him, or what has happened there? They've come back from 2-0 down. I'm not sure what happens here. Why isn't there a man switching over? We've got 3 men here marking nothing, and a guy out on the right back, wide open. Sarpong has dropped the ball, and I think it deflected off Evans, but it looked like the shot was going in, so I'm not sure why it's been given as an OG. But they've found a late equaliser. These guys might actually be our bogey team here. We do have a corner later on. Morley to take. Singano's in the area. Free kick. Whose way? Oh, well, it's their way. It'd be a penalty if it was for us. Oh, late drama. Who doesn't love late drama? Well, I don't love it right now. 19 shots, 13 on target, 56% possession. 4 shots, only 2 on target for 2 goals, 44%. We have been FM'd multiple times throughout the course of this season. It's absolutely crazy. And we just can't seem to get beyond Histon for whatever reason. They're comfortably, I think, now out of relegation spots, so we won't be playing him again next season, but not good enough. And everyone's responded positively to that. Hashtag United denied by late goal. Charlie Morley got player of the match. Fair play to him. An 8.3 rating for him. We're going to calmly tell him superb in front of goal last time, and he's responded very positively to that, which is good to see. No major injury concerns. Harry Honesty still out for 6 more days. We probably won't try and rush him. Fitness test for Ryan Adams as well before the next game. Magic of editing though. Let's jump ahead to the Thetford Town game now. Alright, so busy week. A lot of different scout reports. The bummer is that Harry Beasley will not be breaking our clean sheets record. He will remain level with Andy Cade Watson, 18 for the season, because he's left to AFC Hornchurch. Thank you for your service, Harry. But whatever, it's fine. He's a player that we signed, so I'm not that shattered about him going. Joe Walker will play the last few games of the season. It does mean that we probably need to prioritise a goalkeeper in terms of our inbound recruitment. So we're looking at a couple, Murphy Cooper from QPR, George Wickens from Fulham, and of course Andy Cade Watts, whose contract is still not been renewed. If we can get him back, that's absolutely perfect. I would take that every day of the week. We have culled some of the people that we were previously scouting just because either they're not going to be interested or they're going to be worth too much money. I think there's a good few people here that we can focus on trying to bring through from around Tottenham and Fulham and wherever else. And there's also 2 Australians on there because I can't help myself. I have to do it. But whether we can get them is a whole other story, and I think getting promoted also helps. The big man, Adebayo, did not want to come, which is very disappointing, but we're yet to see anything from him indicating that he's looking to retire. So hopefully, he's going to play on for another season and we can try and get him in for our campaign in the division above. Right, looking at the Thetford Town lineup, Todd in goal, Seaver, their star player, on the left fullback spot, hidden behind my head. James at the right fullback, Gregson and Hinchcliffe as their central defensive partnership, Slater and Allen, who looks like it's an ex-Gillingham player, will anchor midfield, Marsh at the 10, Vieira on the left wing, Cox on the right, and Sutton, their captain and leading scorer, up top. For us, Walker will come in for his debut this season, Humphrey at left back, Sarpong at right back, Evans and Singano as their central defensive partnership. Hersett and Pollock will anchor midfield, with Joshua at the 10 again. Theo Baker will play on the left wing while Harry Honesty works his way back. Charlie Morley on the right, Tashane Richmond up top. And we've gone with Yetton, don't worry about, he's a greyed out player, just a backup goalie. Akeem, Garrow, Ramsden and Adams on the bench. And we've already found out that we have one bogey team in Histon that we haven't defeated this season. Are Thetford Town going to write a similar story? We played them last year, of course, in the semi-finals of the League Cup. We took penalties to get past them at that point. We also drew with them early this season in the other game. Are we going to be able to get past them in this away fixture and hopefully put that nail in the coffin of our little rivalry with them? I'm actually shattered about the Histon result. I really hope we play them at some point. Let's draw them in an FA Cup or something like that and belt the living piss out of them in a couple of years' time when we're playing at a higher division. Here we go, Morley with a free kick from distance. It's coming back. It's a good save from Todd. Singano should get there first. And a phenomenal save from Todd to push that one around the post and out for a corner. Morley will take that one now. Who have we got in there? Todd does well, comes out very early and takes a clean grab. Stowmarket's taken an early lead in their game. It would see us... Oh, actually, I take that back. They've just conceded to Woodbridge, which means we would go 9 points clear. We'd remain 8 points clear. We go 9 points clear if we find a victory. Oh, they've gone 2-0 down now to Woodbridge. James Curley with an effort in the 29th minute. So getting 3 points here just became twice as important as it was before. Seaver, sorry, with the goal kick for them. Played forward to Marsh. Good tackle from Pollock. It's cleared away, but only as far as James. Back into Marsh. Just need to remain patient here. Don't need to press too high, lads. They're not going anywhere. Gregson played square to Allen. Good pressing from Shashua. Cox steps inside, plays back to Marsh, who skips around one, he gets his strike away. Charlie Marsh, 5th goal of the season, an assist by Ollie Cox. Top of the box, looked like a left-footed strike down into the corner, and it won't be a clean sheet on debut. It's decent play from him here, just very patient, just picking their spot, and then no one steps to Marsh that quickly. I think it's Ricky Evans that he skipped past there before he struck the shot. Not a great one. Yeah, sorry, Walker, no clean sheet on debut for Jason Walker in goal. And we are up against it. So it would see us go, even with Stowmarket dropping points, we would still be 6 points ahead. But I really don't want to lose this game. This would be the least successful episode we put up so far if we have a draw and a loss in it. Minute to be added on at the end of the first half. We're well and truly through that now. Referee blows half time. Woodbridge have gone 3-0 up against Stowmarket, so at least they're capitulating a little bit as well. And we've got a very straightforward team talk here. Aggressively, where is your passion, lads? Do you even want to win this match? They've all responded positively except Ricky Evans, who's not having the best game. We might look to sub him off for Jamel Akeem if he doesn't improve in the next 15 minutes. Is there going to be an immediate response here, or is this just the kick-off highlight? Theo Baker comes forward. He's tackled by Allen. Yeah, that was just a highlight for the kick-off. All right, we're going to switch to our attacking tactic. We haven't used it that much this season. We haven't needed to. We've got 30 minutes. We're going to bring on Ryan Adams and Jamel Akeem. Both have responded well to the team talk. Let's see if they can do anything to push us on any further. And at the same time, as soon as these clear, we're going to use a shout. We're going to say, get creative. Hopefully it will inspire the attacking players on the team. Charlie Morley hasn't played well. It was Hurst and Richmond, who were both not having great games, that have come off. Everyone's responded pretty well to the talk. We've just got to kind of keep pressing a little bit further. We've had 10 shots, 4 on target, 51% of the ball. They've had a relatively similar stat line, so it's super tight. 15 remaining. We've just used another shout, which is show some passion. Everyone's responded really well to that. But again, their defence at the moment is standing up really well to everything we're throwing at them. All right, 4 minutes to be added on. Is there any late drama that we're going to see here? We haven't really had a highlight at all in this second half, which is really disappointing given the change we've made. Charlie Morley's really struggled. Ryan Adams has struggled since coming on. Tashane Richmond had a horrible game. Here we go. There's a throw in here, but I dare say this is going to be the last highlight of the game. Gregson goes all the way back to Todd, who can pretty much hold the ball as long as he wants. There's no one going up and pressing. Very frustrating performance here. And I guess what? These guys are bogey teams for a reason. We've been well and truly humbled in these fixtures. Weren't good enough today. That's the match we should be winning. We could have taken a massive step towards the league title. The only saving grace with that defeat is that we know Stowmarket didn't catch us up any. Brecklanders battle for victory, a 1-0 defeat. Thetford Town and Histon are our bogey teams for sure. 14 shots to their 9, 50-50 possession. Charlie Marsh, the goal scorer, eventually winning the player of the game in that one. Joe Walker made his debut, but it was nothing to write home about. So that does still leave us 6 points clear of Stowmarket in second position. 2 defeats for the season. It's not a great feeling. And there you can see Histon and Thetford both getting draws, and Histon and Thetford is the team that beats us. Like, the mind boggles. Histon are currently in 11th, Thetford is 7th at least. They're not a horrible team. But thank fuck for Woodbridge pulling that result out of absolutely nowhere. Now, let's look at our schedule here. We're either going to come back for one of 2 games. It'll either be for this game against Stowmarket here. They're in second. We will go through the games against Whitton, Norwich and Clacton off screen. If we come back for Stowmarket, it's because we can seal the title in that game. Alternatively, if we've sealed it before then and have a larger points gap than that match, we'll just come back, we'll do the last game of the season against Felixstowe and Walton, and then like we did last year, we will come back and do like a season review type thing, where we look at the team of the season, who's changed their status, who might have moved to become club legends, things like that. We'll go through our winning record, we'll go through our leading assist getters, goal scorers, whatever else, and how that compares to everybody else in the division, and we might do a little bit of a preview on the division after if we get promoted. Of course, this all goes out the window if we end up into some sort of promotion playoff situation, which would mean the wheels fall off entirely and Stone Market overtake us in the next few games. But I have faith. I have faith that we'll get through it because we've got some people coming back from injury. We can get a settled squad again for the last 3 or 4 games and be absolutely fine. As always though guys, this one's been emotionally exhausting, so thank you so much for watching it with me. Feel free to subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on future videos, or you can follow InTheMixer_FM on Twitter to follow any content that we put up on there. Go and support our key collaborators in the description below. Go and check out #United's channel because this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for them. As always though, I've been Sean, I'll see you guys again in the mixer, and don't forget to hashtag it.